Testing, testing. Hey, Councilman Brown. I don't know if you can hear or not, but hey.
Hey, I can hear you all. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Try with your mic. He can hear if you turn your mic on.
I can hear you fine, and I'm speaking through my computer, and it's going out. I don't know if you're receiving it on that end.
Was it raining hard?
Watch, I'm gonna press no.
Councilman Brown, is it raining hard?
It's not made it here in my area, but it's cloudy and it's thundering, so it's coming this way.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I'm sitting out in my car. It's having internet issues in the house, so I'm actually using my phone as a Wi-Fi.
Be safe.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday, July 6, 2021. It is now 7 p.m. We're going to officially call this meeting to order. All right. We're going to call the roll. We have a clerk call the roll.
Councilman Brown,
Present.
Councilman Fields.
Here.
Councilwoman Miles,
Present.
Councilwoman Neville,
Present.
Councilman Pete, Vice Mayor Nickerson,
Here.
Mayor Wood.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
And it's noted that the reason why Councilman Brown is virtual is because what's our
He has
reason?
a personal reason. He cannot make it back to the meeting due to a hurricane.
Yes. A natural disaster. That's our reason for the record. Thank you. All right.
Hope it's not a disaster.
This is a hurricane coming. It's train. So we have a quorum. All right. Next on our agenda is a moment of prayer. We have silent prayer and then be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please be seated. All right, please note that Councilman Pete has joined the meeting. He's virtual for health safety reasons. All right, next on our agenda is the adoption of the agenda. All right. Council, any changes, additions to the agenda? Town manager, any additions or changes to the agenda? Okay, seeing none, I welcome a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
it's been moved and second. All right, seeing no discussion, I'm gonna call for the vote verbally because we have people virtual and people that's here. All right, so Councilwoman Miles.
Aye.
Councilwoman Neville,
Aye.
Councilman Fields. Yes. Councilman Brown.
Aye.
Councilman Pete.
Aye.
And that's a yes for me. Vice Mayor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I know I forgot somebody. All right. So I think that was 7-0. Yes, motion carries. All right, next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the Dumfries Town Council meeting, June 15, 2021. Councilwoman DeVille.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from the Dumfries Town Council meeting on June 15th.
Okay, it's been motioned. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and second. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, seeing none virtually or seeing none in the chambers, I'll call for the question. All right, Councilman Brown,
Yes.
Councilman Pete,
Yes.
okay, Councilman Fields. Councilwoman DeVille,
Aye.
Councilwoman Miles,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. That motion carries. All right, 7-0. All right, next on our agenda is our citizen comment period. Town manager or clerk, did either one of you have anybody signed up? In it? Okay. All right, if you will come to the podium, you have 3 minutes to speak, please state your name and address. If you did sign up, please come see the clerk and put your name on the list. If you-
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ebony Lofton. I live at 17904 Milroy Drive. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. And I know that the agenda tonight, I think I saw it online, is basically related to the budget or reports. I was hoping that, and I know you guys can't answer questions, but just driving around the community, I kind of noticed, and this is indicative of this time of year, that there's a lot of overgrown weeds and trees, particularly on, if you travel a little bit further up Main Street, you probably see it. I was kind of down further by Ginn Park. I know the town has entered into some sort of transaction with the fire station, but that too kind of looks really bad over there. So I don't know if there are plans, but I think it would be really helpful. Dumfries is looking great, and we certainly want to keep it that way. That's really all I had. Thank you so much for your service. God bless.
Thank you. Okay, what's next? Yes, sir. All right, just state your name and address for the record, please.
My name's Clint Clifton, and I'm here from Pillar Church in Dumfries. And my wife and I, Jennifer, moved here when we were 17 years ago. And we moved here for the reason of starting a new church. And we started that church. That church is called Pillar. And we started in Swans Creek Elementary School, just north of Dumfries here. And we've been serving here in this community. We've grown to love this community a lot. We live on Possum Point Road, just across from the beautiful Quantico Creek that many of you have seen. And we're raising our 5 kids there. And we really do care about this community a lot, and we love it. Before I start, I want to acknowledge too that there were several of the council members that have been very kind to us over the past little bit. Councilperson Neville, Miles, and Pete have met with us personally to hear us about our concerns and frustrations. And a few years ago, we came to this council with a proposal that we felt like was an exciting project for our community. We felt like it was unique. It was a mixed-use project that included a 125-unit affordable housing complex, senior housing complex called the Harbor at Quantico Creek, a child care center, a ministry in our community, and a ministry center in our community that would house our church and our ministries. The project was brought before you 3 years ago in July of 2018, and it was unanimously approved by this board. We have the approval letter here. on December 4th, 2018. Our congregation was really excited about that. We went back to them. We told them we got approved. We showed them the letter and everyone was really excited. We started scheduling some meetings and showing the congregation what our plans were on the property. Mayor Wood even came out to our church service and affirmed his support for the project in front of our congregation. Our folks were really excited to have a long-term home in our community, the community that we love so much. And not just to have an opportunity to have a church building here, but to be able to have a church building that was a ministry center, that was senior affordable housing, that was childcare, affordable childcare in our community. All of those things seemed like a win-win-win for our community on some property that was previously unused and zoned completely for religious use and not taxable in any way. But all of the progress and excitement came to a screeching halt in 2019 when the new zoning administrator informed us that our approval, the approval that you gave us in writing, was no longer valid.
30 seconds.
He told us that the project was approved in error and that he only had the authority to make zoning decisions in the community. In an effort to be cooperative with him, we submissively worked with him over the course of the next 2 years to no avail. Today, we stand here having spent $600,000 on the project, $15,000 in resubmittal fees since the initial approval, and still don't know if the piece of paper you gave us a couple of years ago is valid or not, if we have an approval or not. So we're here to ask, is this approval valid? Can we move forward with this project? We just need some insight and some help on that. And so we don't know what to do to move forward. We're not builders, we're a church. So we just need your help. And we're just here humbly asking for you to help us, guide us.
All right, thank you. We'll make sure we get a response to you.
Okay.
All right. Was anybody else scheduled to speak tonight?
Good evening, Council. Neverly Teray, 18138 Tibbs Lane. I come before you to say a few things about the lighting in the Nose of Dumfries area. So I was one of the ones that had came to the council and said that it was dark on that street. I was a walker, and coming in at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, it was very dark. And at some points, animals would come out of the field and I would be scared and have to walk in the middle of the street. So with that said, council listened, they got lighting situation in the budget, and now we're at the point where they have approved lighting. What I stand before is that I've seen concerns in our neighborhood regarding the number of lights, where they're going to be positioned, and the style of lights. So I stand here to say, maybe we could have a community meeting so we can discuss, so we can address people's concerns. We do need the lighting. Maybe we don't need as many lights as the council has proposed, and maybe we can come to some medium. So I stand before y'all to bring that to y'all attention. And I thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right. Town manager, did you have any other citizens there? Nope. Okay. All right. At this point, next on our agenda is council comments. All right, Councilman Brown, did you have any comments tonight?
No, Mayor, I have no written comments. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Pete?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Councilman Fields, did you have any comments?
Yes. Glad to be back.
Push your mic so they can hear you.
Yes, glad to be back in council chambers. We've done a good job masking up, keeping us safe, and people that choose to get vaccinated. We've done a good job to get us this far. The past month, we had a great Juneteenth celebration. It was really wonderful here, and had a couple of events here in town that turned out really good. The Batestown and the African American slave cemetery over there behind Dumfries Elementary School. That parade and that show was also great. But history has been made here in the town of Dumfries, and I'm glad to see that everyone showed up and came out that did. 4th of July was great here. Hope everyone stays safe. And we're just looking forward to a nice, great summer. Everyone continue to be safe. Check on your elders for cooling and hydrate, and your pets. Don't leave them outside too long. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Neville.
Thank you, Mayor. I echo Councilman Field's sentiments. It was amazing to see a full day of Juneteenth events, starting with the Dumfries Slave Cemetery, the Batestown Road renaming, and the inaugural Juneteenth parade. Mark your calendars for June 18th, 2022, as there will be the second annual Juneteenth parade. And just want to tell everyone, just be kind. If your children are in school, please make sure they're reading over the summer. As an English teacher, I have to say that I'm obligated. Please read. And check on your neighbors, especially days like today where it's hazy, hot, and humid. And there are water stations and cooling stations, set up in the county. And that information is on the Prince William County government website. So continue to be kind. And I look forward to the town's fireworks on the 10th, I believe. And speaking of fireworks, please stop with all the fireworks after the 4th, because there are some people who are very sensitive, people and animals, very sensitive to the fireworks, especially that took place for hours last night in our community. So please be aware of your neighbors. Thank you.
Okay, Councilwoman Miles.
Thank you, Mayor. Just very briefly, I hope everyone had a happy 4th of July. Just echoing my fellow council members' comments on the history that was made in Dumfries, but I would be remiss if I didn't point out that our councilwoman, City Neville, also made history this month by being appointed the first Black woman chair of NVRC. So congratulations to Councilwoman Neville. I'm glad that everyone had a happy and safe 4th. And I too want to echo, please stop it with the fireworks after the 4th. I am one of those people that's sensitive to the noise. They creep me out. Just be considerate. I know that everybody wants to enjoy the holiday, and that's understandable, but please be considerate of others as well. There are people that suffer from PTSD. There are people that suffer from mental illness. There are animals that are scared by them. So we want to make sure that we are considerate of all. So thank you.
Vice Mayor.
I don't have any comments. Thank you.
I think a lot of the sentiments have already been shared. From Batestown Road, I want to present to the council, which was presented to me on the day of the renaming, a resolution that Charlie Reed and all the descendants of Batetown Road presented to the council that day at the ceremony. And so I want to share that with the council and the public here today. It says, whereas Batestown is a predominantly African-American community in the eastern Prince William County, which was founded in the 1820s and named after Sally Bates, one of the first settlers in the area. Whereas after the Civil War, as former slaves moved, Batestown grew in population, large enough to support a church and a school. From 1889 to 1920, the Cabin Branch Pyrite Mine was in operation next to the community in which it is now part of Prince William Forest Park. Whereas Batestown was served by Batestown Road, was later renamed Mine Road after the mine closed, and the remaining section of the road leading toward the mine, Batestown Road, became labeled if it were a continuation of Mine Road. Whereas in the 1940s, residents of Batestown Road had to go to Dumfries Post Office to get their mail. They were told that if they wanted mail delivery, they had to take Mine Road address. Many did, and Batestown Road faded from the map. However, that did not stop the legacy of the people that inhabited that section over the past century. And the name and community Batestown Road endured and became part of historical Black culture of Prince William County and part of the community which survives today. Whereas the effort to rename the road back to Batestown Road to recognize the freed African-American residents in the county began over 20 years ago by Leroy Bates and Walter Kendall, two descendants of Batestown Road residents. It was not until after Mrs. Yolanda Green joined the Historical Commission that Charlie Reed, a retired Dumfries police captain, and Kendall's brother asked Mrs. Green to investigate and move the project forward. Whereas on 19 of January 2021, the Dumfries Town Council unanimously adopted resolution number 20-045 presented by the Historical Commission to support renaming Mine Road to reclaim it. I'm gonna say reclaim it back to Batestown Road to uphold the rich centuries of history of the area. Now therefore be it resolved in the spirit of the blessings of Leroy Bates and Walter Kendall, who died before achieving their goal, that the descendants of Batestown Road, Bates, Porter, Thomas, Reed, Chapman, Davis, Johnson, and Holloway present this proclamation to the town of Dumfries for their commitment to the legacy and history of Batestown Road and its descendants, attested by Charlie Reed, descendants in the spirit of all Batestown Road descendants, presented June 19th, 2021. Yes, council will make sure that town manager gets this, and I'll put this up. Our fireworks is going to be on July 10th, can be seen, sponsored again by the Potomac Landfill, Mr. Phil Pete. You'll be able to see that from any location in town. It's going to be shot from the highest point on the landfill. I took a tour last week. I'll air some of those clippings this week on my YouTube, Spotlight Dumfries, so you'll be able to see where the fireworks is shooting. Our National Night Out that our community can participate in is going to be Tuesday, August 3rd. So if any HOAs are interested in participating or doing anything, please contact our police department to let us know if you got festivities going on for National Night Out. Plan any vendors. I don't have the exact date, but our fall festival is coming up in September. Christmas parade. It's never too early to start talking about our Christmas parade, thinking about our themes and everything, but that's the second Saturday in December, December the 11th, 2021. So all you bands, all you people with the floats, begin to prepare for that. So we're 6 months into the year, so we're halfway through the year. I want to thank those citizens who have come up and spoken today and given their comments and their feedback. Want to let you know we are hearing all of your concerns about how our town looks, the beautification, your concern about our lighting and the lighting situation, and your concerns about developing it and growing your church and just being an asset to the community. We'll make sure that our staff follow up and give you all input on what we can do forward. So we want to acknowledge that we heard each and every one of what you said, although we did not respond. Our food for thought for today is change is the only constant we got in life. So we're constantly changing. You're never in a constant state or permanent state until you're actually expired and you're dead. So don't resist change. Just be a change agent to the change that's going on and evolve. If you need to get in contact with me personally, I've created a text-only number. Again, a text-only number where you can reach me at. Just text Dumfries to 571-998-1388. Again, that number is 571-998-1388. All right, next on our agenda today is reports and presentations. And that report today is the fourth quarter financial presentation by the Director of Finance, Ms. Kimberly Goodwin. The floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Goodwin. I'm the Director of Finance for the town of Dumfries. For the fourth quarter review, the current end projection shows an increase in the key revenue categories over budget revenue projections. Real estate, 9%, sales tax, 63%, business license, 100%. Overall, revenues are solid despite the pandemic. Closeout for fiscal year 21 ended June 30th of 2021. Town utilized a modified accrual of accounting basis. Per the town code, the annual report for the town financial for fiscal 21 will be dispersed on August 15th, which will include a anticipated budget surplus. Any questions?
Okay, council, any discussions? Vice Mayor, floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Goodwin. The anticipated surplus, have we identified where that may come from?
I am still calculating the surplus in all categories of the financials.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Council, any other questions? Council. Okay. Seeing no additional questions. Okay, Vice Mayor, the floor.
Ms. Goodwin, for the edification of the public, please help us understand what a modified accrual basis of accounting means.
So modified accrual is basically a base accounting method for localities, is a cash base. And what you can do is you can accrue certain things for fiscal year. Since we're on a fiscal year, not a calendar year, we can accrue back.
Okay. Was there any other questions? All right, seeing none, thank you for your presentation and your report. Next on the agenda were our action items, ordinance concerning rezoning for Harbor at Quantico Creek, which has been continued to October 19, and our ordinance concerning conditional use permit 2020 for the Harbor at Quantico Creek has also been continued to October 19. Town manager, do you have any comments for the good of the order? And give you a chance, okay. Said he's good. All right, our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, August the 4th. Council will be on recess for the third meeting for summer recess. So our next meeting again will be Wednesday, August the 4th, because on Tuesday, August 3rd, we will have our National Night Out. We will not be meeting the same night we have National Night Out. This time, our meeting is adjourned.